In high definition from KVAK-TV in Bakersfield, this is Eyewitness News at noon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into Eyewitness News at noon. I'm Tom Murphy.
And I'm Erin Briscoe. We're on top of some breaking news right now. Highway 46 and Highway 33 is closed. CHP reporting high winds in the area, knocking over semi-trucks. So Highway 46 and Highway 33 closed right now.
And of course, we're on storm watch with one of the biggest winter storms in at least 6 years now hitting California. Rain, high winds across Kern County today.
Our reporter Suzette Reynoso live in Frazier Park with the latest on the conditions over those mountain passes. Suzette, what can you tell us?
All right, yes, we're here live actually in the city of Lebec, and as you can see, it is wet, really wet out here. CHP officials say that the winds are reaching speeds up to 70 miles per hour, and this area can see up to 6 inches of rainfall. Now, I'm going to step aside. I'm going to let you see. This is Highway 5 right behind me, and CHP officials are advising big rig drivers, people who have camper trailers, to try to stay away of this the Highway 5 if possible, because the high winds are causing low visibility, and it's really hard to. We just drove up here not too long ago, and it was a very bad drive. So CHP officers are advising people to drive with caution, to slow down. Again, we're here live in Lebec. We'll have the latest for you at the 12:30 show. Reporting live here, Suzette Reynoso, Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with Aaron Perlman.
And Aaron will be here in just a moment, but we have all sorts of bad weather across the region. You can see a high wind warning for the Kern County mountains. Already had wind gusts up to 97 miles per hour up at Grapevine Peak. Here in the valley, it's been very windy as well, and a lot of rain up in the mountains. And you saw Suzette just a moment ago, a lot of precipitation down there. You can see the heavy rains. But for us, it has been generally not a whole lot of rain because we've had so much wind here. You can see more rain will be coming in from the southwest throughout the afternoon. It looks like it's going to be a very wet and wild afternoon, and going into the early evening things will look a little bit better. Here on Rapid Refresh you can see all of the really heavy rain down to the south, but we still have a rain shadow here. In fact, where it is windy, we don't have a whole lot of rain. And with that part of the story, we're going to go over to Aaron Perlman. He's in central Bakersfield now and dealing with the wind. Aaron, how's it look right now?
Listen, Miles, that's the story, really. I mean, we are not seeing any rain at all because of the wind. I mean, that's the key ingredient here. I mean, take a look. I don't even need an umbrella, and I know it's going to rain, but it's the wind. And these wind gusts have been up as high in Bakersfield, up to 52 miles per hour. I want to show you on the map exactly where we've seen some damage here in town. Take a look at this. Now you're looking. One thing I've noticed here in Bakersfield, we've seen trees uprooted on many spots. Of course, this one coming in the Bakersfield area right there. Notice all the details on that storm. You can see a large tree down 500 block North Street blocking the road. That was reported on Twitter. You guys sent in those reports. This other one in Pine Mountain Club, though, pretty significant on its own. As we click ahead for that, you'll notice that large tree uprooted. That's how strong these winds are, and we'll continue to see that. But when will the rain get here? When the wind is over, and that's the key ingredient. Coming up in a few more minutes, Miles is going to take you more in depth into that storm when it's coming, how much rain we are going to see. But right now, we'll send it back to you, Tom and Aaron.
All right, Aaron, thank you.
Now, windy conditions are causing trouble along Highway 99 as well.
Yeah, a portion of that highway is closed right now after a hole was found in a bridge. Reporter Carol Ferguson is live near the freeway with more. Carol.
We are on 99, and right behind me is where they're starting to fix this hole. I'll get out of the way so you can see it. We just had to move a moment ago as they got the Caltrans crews here. This is in what they call the number 3 lane, and it's right next to the 1 and 2 lanes. You can see that they're still letting traffic go by there. Let me show you some video from earlier this morning. This was discovered at about 10 this morning, and the hole goes directly all the way through. We are at about Rosedale Highway, but the hole is actually over on-ramp area, so it is not over Rosedale Highway itself. It's probably just south of that. They are, as I said, beginning the repairs. A little bit ago, we talked to CH Highway Patrolman Robert Rodriguez for a little bit more on just what's happening here.
Luckily, it's only a 3x5 and not much greater or much larger to where a vehicle can actually go through it. But you know, these are our roads, and just like anything else, wear and tear, you know, stuff just wears out with time.
So again, they are letting traffic go by here, but it's being squeezed down. The number 3 and 4 lanes are closed here. That's closed between Airport and Rosedale. The number 1 and 2 lanes are being allowed through. And again, just so you know, the hole that goes all the way through is not over Rosedale Highway. So Rosedale is open. The hole goes through to an area next to the on-ramp. And again, they are starting the repairs here, but that is likely to take a while. And the traffic here is going to be blocked off and restricted to just the 2 lanes for any number of hours. That, of course, is a problem because it's real busy right through here, especially on a Friday. We will keep letting you know what's happening, but once again, this hole just opened up right on the freeway this morning on this overpass, and they are, again, starting those repairs as we speak. We are live on Highway 99 near Rosedale. Back to you.
Okay, Carol, thank you so much.
All right, and the wild weather expected to bring a drenching rain, snow, and strong winds today and tomorrow. We're already seeing it.
The National Weather Service says floods, mudslides, travel delays, and power outages, which we've already just showed you in Kern County, could be seen across California. The storm could aggravate the situation around the dam at Oroville and other reservoirs that are filled to capacity.
I do not have any information to suggest that the threat level has increased, necessitating an imminent evacuation.
Wet conditions also contributing to mudslides around the state. And we're going to go live right now. This is a press conference near the Oroville Dam. We understand that this is a briefing and update on the situation to our north. Let's listen in for a moment and get the very latest.
Provide that information to the sheriff to make that decision, but as shown by the response and now the repopulation of those areas is amazing. And I want to make sure that for those of us that are working under unified command with our partners CAL FIRE and the Butte County Sheriff's Office, and really this community, we'll continue to make that progress in regard. Now I'll start through some of the numbers, which again all of us are monitoring. We have some interesting changes in both our weather as we see today, but I think you'll find as we move through this that we're again really working in the right direction to reduce these risks to this community and those downstream. First of all, our current inflow is about 27,000 cubic feet per second, again, inflow into the reservoir. We're currently at 80,000 cubic feet per second being released down the flood control spillway. The reservoir elevation is 861 feet. So I think yesterday there was a question on whether we thought we were going to get, or when we would get down to that elevation that I've been mentioning over a couple of these press conferences, and of an elevation of 850 feet. So again, we continue with these releases being higher than inflow. We continue to...
Again, this is a live press conference happening to our north, an update on the Oroville Dam. We also continue our storm watch with a mudslide scare that was caught on camera. We want to show you this next clip as well. It was a TV News chopper that caught the landslide on Thursday in the San Bernardino Mountains. Here it is. Take a look at this. This was last night. A nearby fire station and a few homes were in its path. And as you can see, that mud flowing through, and the people and the areas in that path had to be evacuated.
I heard this noise and I thought, maybe that's the creek. And then I decided, well, that doesn't sound, I mean, where would water be coming? You know, it wasn't raining or anything. So I stood there and just sort of listened. I thought, that sounds like a rock slide.
San Bernardino firefighters will take another look at the mudslide at some point today. We will keep you posted.
All right. Well, still to come, jobs and national security. President Trump has a full agenda one day after a contentious meeting with the media. We'll tell you what it is.
And we continue to track the wild weather. We will have more when we come back.
And a very wild day today, no doubt about it, with wind and rain. All the details on the next 12 hours weather coming up.
Well, we continue with our storm watch this afternoon, and this storm, we are keeping so many eyes on it that we have Miles Musio in right now. And Miles, you're usually in the PM. You actually had to come in the AM today. We certainly thank you for being here. Yes. What are the latest conditions out there?
Well, Tom, it is the PM right now, so it's all okay. We've got high wind warning for the mountains. We've already had some very strong gusts. Wind advisory here, and as mentioned earlier, Highway 46 at Highway 43 closed due to wind. And, of course, a very heavy rain down to the south. And did I mention snow? We're going to be looking at some very heavy snow amounts, up to 2 feet of snow in the Sierra to the north of us. But in the Pine Mountain Club area and above 6,000 feet here in Kern County, I suspect we will see 10 to 18 inches. Here are some of the wind gusts so far. This is just within the past half hour. 97 mile per hour wind gust at the peak here, Grapevine Peak. CHP. Station, the scales there at the base of the Grapevine, over 50 mile per hour wind gusts. And of course this morning, a little bit after 7 o'clock, it hit 52. At Meadows Field, we've had other high winds, and the tumbleweeds are blowing. But you can certainly see here the rain shadow. We talk about this all the time, that when there's a lot of rain, we get this rain shadow. The rule of thumb, the stronger the storm, the less rain we get in Bakersfield. But that's not the case in the areas just to the south and to the east and all other directions. And upstream, we have more rain coming. This is part of a very complicated winter storm. You can see we do have cloudy skies right now, but no rain currently. 64 degrees outside, temperatures in the 60s. It's very, very mild here because of the downslope winds. All around us, it's cooler. But here are the winds right now. South-southeast at 28. 36 up in the Grapevine area, gusts to 52 right now. They've had stronger gusts up into the 60s earlier. In the Tehachapi area, very strong winds as well. And this low pressure system is tapping a lot of tropical moisture coming up from the south, and that is what is being squeezed out in places like Santa Barbara, Ojai, Camarillo, in portions of Ventura County, and also into the Los Angeles area. Just a lot of rain down there. And it looks like it's going to be really heavy rain continuing as this upper level low pressure system really begins to wind up. Our pressure right now in Bakersfield is 29.42. Up in the San Francisco area, it's down to a little bit above 29 inches, which is just very, very low pressure. So this is the lowest pressure we've seen in a long time. Here's the futurecast, and it shows a lot of precipitation, but it does begin to move out by later this afternoon and by this evening. I think we're going to see the winds probably at their strongest right about now, and then after about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the winds are going to start to drop off as the first wave moves on through, as the low pressure system up near San Francisco begins to fill, and it's reached its maximum intensity. And then you can see, we do see a couple of showers even on Saturday afternoon, but things will be looking a little bit better as we go through the rest of the weekend. But we're really looking at the worst of it right now. As far as precipitation from here on, another 34/100ths of an inch. You add that to the 28/100ths of an inch we've had so far, so about 6/10ths of an inch here in Bakersfield. But look at the areas to the south. We're going to be looking at almost 4 more inches of rain in the Fraser Park area, and that's what has me so concerned there. Also down Santa Barbara, picking up a lot of rain. I noticed San Marcos Peak, just north of Santa Barbara, had already had 2 inches of rain earlier this morning before the main part of the system came through. We're looking at highs in the 60s with a 100% chance for precipitation, and then we do clear things out, especially by Sunday. Looks pretty good. President's Day, could see a shower that day, and then we'll see a chance for showers, maybe even a thunderstorm on Wednesday. Man, it has really been a wet season.
Ooh, we need it, but it
we do.
we don't need it all at once.
And the drought is kind of over, according to the drought monitor. But yeah, it's been crazy.
And with the drought being over per se, it's just still a reminder: conserve water as much as possible.
We should conserve water right into the summer because we need to recharge our resources, the groundwater.
Okay, Miles.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it. President Donald Trump is putting Thursday's contentious press conference behind him and heading to what he calls the winter White House for the weekend.
Yeah, but first, he will try to focus on jobs. Weijia Zhang is at the White House with more details.
President Trump arrived in South Carolina on his way down to his Florida resort, Mar-a-Lago. The president toured Boeing's Charleston plant and saw the unveiling of the manufacturer's newest 787 Dreamliner. More than 7,500 people work on the plane there.
My focus has been all about jobs, and jobs is one of the primary reasons I'm standing here today as your president, and I will never, ever disappoint you, believe me.
The president still needs to find a new national security advisor to replace General Michael Flynn. His first choice turned down the job offer. Retired Admiral Robert Harward issued a statement saying his family could not support the 24/7 demands of the job. But CBS News has learned Harward turned down the position because the White House wanted to dictate who could be on his staff. White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus denied that claim on Fox News this morning.
And the family didn't sign off. That's all it is.
President Trump won the battle for Oklahoma Attorney General Scott Pruitt to be the new Secretary of the Environmental Protection Agency. Democrats called for a delay in Pruitt's confirmation vote to give the Senate time to review thousands of emails between Pruitt and oil, gas, and coal industry executives.
And if there's nothing in those emails that are concerning, then we know the vote count won't change 2 Mondays from now.
The ayes are 52, the nays are 46.
But Republicans pushed ahead with the vote as scheduled. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, the White House.
Still no sign of 2 local teens who have gone missing, and today Bakersfield police are asking for your help. They're looking for 15-year-old Brianna Sheeher, who was last seen Wednesday morning on Woodard Ridge Drive between Ashenstein Road. She was wearing a gray sweater with black and white pants and white shoes. 16-year-old Christopher Malson was also missing, apparently. He was last seen in the area of Chadburn Street. He's considered at risk due to a medical condition. Police believe the 2 may be traveling together in Taft. So if you have any information that could help investigators, call police. There you see the number is on the top of your screen, 327-7111. Again, that is 327-7111.
All right, continuing storm coverage when we return. Right. Well, from the courts, a local man faces 15 years in prison after a jury found him guilty for deadly drunk driving crash. Joselito Meza killed 22-year-old Miguel Eldaco in 2015 following a night of drinking. The district attorney's office says the men were friends who got into a drunken fist fight. Meza then hit Eldaco with his car and later lied about it. Eldaco was found dead on the median of Buena Vista Road. Meza will be sentenced March 16th.
More than 30 local kindergartners were hit by the same kind of illness all at once, and now Kern County Health is looking into the cause. The possible flu outbreak shut down classes at Endeavor Elementary after 32 students got sick. Officials tell us it may be a norovirus, though that's not an exact diagnosis.
In most cases, a norovirus is self-limiting, and within 1 to 2 days, you recover on your own.
Thursday, the school spent the day cleaning and decontaminating the classrooms.
Across the nation and here at home, immigration protests shut down restaurants, grocery stores, and other businesses as part of a Day Without Immigrants demonstrations. On Thursday, residents in Arvin and Shafter showed their support. We'll get to that video by missing work and keeping kids home from school. A march was held to demonstrate how important they are to America's economy.
We are going to resist, and we are going to come together across racial, across religious boundaries, and just come together and make sure that we protect our people.
In Arvin tell us they will continue their work to fight to make Arvin a sanctuary city.
We're going to step aside and take a break. We will have a final look at your weather when we come back.
A lot of rain out there, not in Bakersfield. We have the rain shadow going and plenty of wind with that. But anyway, we're going to be seeing, take a look at the radar and you can see what we have. Rain all around us and down to the south, heavy rains there.
And we also have Aaron Perlman out live right now, so let's check in with Mr. Perlman and see the conditions. Aaron, what's going on?
Well, once again, guys, because there is no rainfall, it's because we have all the strong wind. I mean, as I point at the tree, obviously it's not showing all the wind. It depends on where you're at, but still breezy. We are expecting most of this wind to die off here about 2, 3 o'clock, and that's when we'll start to see rainfall back into areas of Bakersfield. And if you're getting rain where you are, well, send us some pictures. You can always send it on our Burst app or BakersfieldNow.com is we're going to send it. We'll take it on Facebook as well at Bakersfield Now. From outside of our studios, I'll send it back into you. Tom, Aaron?
Very deceiving for people out there. A lot of people saying, when's the rain coming? When's the rain coming? But all around us, it's quite a nightmare.
It is, and when the wind stops, then the rain happens. Here, you either have one or the other, and you don't have them simultaneously. Up in the mountains, you do, though. It's windy and rainy and really bad up in the Gorman area right now.
All right. Just want to remind people, Highway 46 and Highway 33 is closed because of that wind. Reports CHP saying that the wind knocking over semi-trucks, so be careful out there on the highways.
Absolutely. So we're going to switch over to Fox 58 right now, where we have full coverage. Again, we have Suzette Reynoso out by the Grapevine. We have Carol Ferguson out by Highway 99. We have Miles in studio. We have Aaron outside of the studio. We're going to switch over to Fox 58, and you can always get the very latest on BakersfieldNow.com. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks for watching.